Alright guys, my new recipe is going to be for the red velvet pie dough. What I have here in a large bowl, I'm putting 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm also going to put it in 1 tablespoon of natural unsweetened cocoa. I am also going to put in a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar to sweeten up those pie. I'm also going to put a 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt that I'm going to use it for. I'm just going to get this to stir this around. I'm going to use it with a wire whisk. Going to make sure to break the cocoa, any lumps of those. Now I'm going to cut in 2 sticks of unsalted butter that has been chilled and cold and cut into small pieces, along with a 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of ice cold water. Then I'm going to tint it with 6 drops of red food coloring. I decided I'm going to use the food processor because it speeds up real quick. It takes a long time to use that hand we're using with the pastry blender. I'm going to spoon a 1/2 of the flour mixture, and we're going to cut into the butter. Let me just put a little butter right in. Just want to chop it in until you get a pea size. I'm going to pulse it, just get it really resembles fine breadcrumbs. Let's get to going. Almost getting turned to pea size. Hopefully the butter is still a little bits of it. I'm going to transfer it back into the bowl. So I just finished the rest of the flour mixture and the butter that I transferred back into the bowl. Now you can go ahead and just add the red color to the ice water. I just stir this with a spoon to get the vibrant red color. And just put it right into it. To get that nice and tint of the pie dough. Gonna use it with a rubber spatula to get form into a smooth and elastic dough. You can use your hands as well. That might be hurry. Look at that color. That'd be bright and red. It just get really tinge. Right, it's turned into a shaggy ball. Now I decided I can add more 2 tablespoons of the water and the food coloring because the flour is going to be really absorbed when it's too rough. As I'm transferring it to my hands to give it turns into a red vibrant color, you can see the dough has been turned red. That adding more of the food coloring. I think this is about almost ready to it. I just already have a 1/2 cup of the ice water instead of 4 cup plus 6 tablespoons. I just give it a little squeeze to see how dough is going to be nice and smooth. We're going to wrap it in. So that's 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour with a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, a 1/2 teaspoons of kosher salt, 1 tablespoon of natural unsweetened cocoa, 2 sticks of unsalted butter has to be cold, and I chop it into really fine cubes, a 1/2 cup of ice cold water, and 10 or 12 drops of red food coloring. I'm going to wrap the dough with some plastic wrap really tight. I just want to pat it down to make a disc. We're going to put it into the freezer for 1 day at a time, and then you're going to make your own pie crust with your favorite. Always have to make sure to let it thaw on the counter or at room temperature for 40 minutes after you freeze it for 1 day at a time. So I already divided it into 2 portions. How's it look like? That's going to be for Be My Valentine. And that's how you're going to make a very new recipe of the red velvet pie dough. I'm going to make my own pie. This is going to be a great Valentine's Day dessert. You're going to be loved to see what the red velvet food is going to be turned out together. Always got to give it a big thumbs up for everyone. Write me in the comments below if you want to write something before you're going to share on this video. Are you a fan of our videos? Be sure to subscribe to Worldwide Campus News and Entertainment. Then ring the bell to see all notifications about the new videos and the latest video.